Welcome back. Now, DR Congo made England suffer for most of their round of 32 game until Harry Kane came to the rescue and sent fans all over London into absolute bedlam. Now, luckily, we have the perfect crew to talk about this. So we're going to go on over to a very smug Dan Thomas and Kieran Gibbs, who are standing by with Craig Burley and our Frank Leboeuf. Take it away, boys.
I don't know what you're talking about. Never in doubt. Fine. Nice England performance. Nothing to sweat about.
Liar. To be fair, though, you're smug every day.
Well, yeah. Extra smug now. Right, we've got rest of the world over there. We'll hear from them in a moment. But Kieran, from an English perspective, at what stage do you think we're not going to do this?
Oh, God, for quite a lot of the game, Dan, honestly. And I think the game really has told the story of the World Cup so far, in the sense that these underdogs that we were talking about before the tournament.
Who, England?
Behave, Craig. They've stood up to a test again and really gone toe-to-toe with England. And it could have been a real shock if it wasn't for the one and only Harry Kane, who has yet again put the country on his back and got us through to the next round. A big sigh of relief, spared us some embarrassment, but I have to say we have to give them credit because they've got the job done, and it wasn't easy. They've had to dig deep, but I think from a performance standpoint, we have to do much better.
Sure, absolutely. Why was it such a struggle today?
Well, don't forget DR Congo are 41 in the world. It's not a disaster.
Come on, Craig.
No,
Come on.
They're 41 in the world.
No, I understand that, but still, if it had gone out, it'd be what an embarrassment.
They're not 100 in the world, and England are not very good. And Harry Kane's a brilliant player. It's 2 great goals. He's now got the record for all England goals. He's got more goals than Pelé at a World Cup and all that sort of nonsense. He hasn't won a World Cup, and he's unlikely to do so because he plays for England. But let's not forget, he took a dive for the penalty as well. So he's not perfect. And England really huffed and puffed, and they struggled. They struggled defensively. They struggled in the wide areas. I was surprised he didn't bring Morgan Rogers on, but he got away with it. He struggled in the right back position where Jed Spence struggled a little bit. There's no Trent Alexander-Arnold. Reece James is injured, but he knew that was going to happen before the tournament started. I saw nothing today from England that tells me they're going to go to Mexico City and win that game. Absolutely nothing. If you'd asked me before the tournament, Mexico, England, I would have said, I'm tipping the scales towards England because they have too much quality. The tournament has told me thus far that narrative has changed.
What was the problems for you, Frank, in that opening, 70, 75 minutes?
Well, the biggest problem was Congo, because they played very well. And they shot up and they were very into it, and the quality that they showed tactically, physically also, and technically proved that they have the right to be there. And it was a real contest for England. They stepped up because, yes, King Harry was there and he did the job. But I agree with Craig. I think England is not ready yet to win the World Cup. I think it's missing something. I don't know. I can't put a finger on it, but I think something is missing. And as long as they don't resolve the problem, maybe tactically.
Well, it's just the players aren't good enough, aren't they? Isn't that simple? You look at France yesterday, how good they were, but look at the quality of the players that they have, for example, in that front three, and compare it to England today. Well, it's night and day.
Well, the English media were waiting for Thomas Tuchel to screw this up, and they were going to say, you needed game changers, and you left Foden, you left Palmer, and you left Gibbs White at home. I know they've not been playing well, Gibbs White apart, but you left them at home. You went for pace in the wide areas, and it's not working. The trouble I've got with going for pace in the wider areas, Madueke, Rashford, Gordon, is that most of the defenders at international football now are as quick as the attackers. So when you're not getting the better of a fullback because he's got as much pace as you need to bring something else into the equation. Somebody with a little bit more guile that can make a difference. Eze is kind of that player when he came on, but do they have enough of them? That is the question. Look, Messi's got Argentina, Brazil's got Vinicius Jr., France has got them all, but England at least can hang their hat on. Yeah. They have a brilliant, and I mean brilliant footballer up front who not only scores goals, but he leads the team. And I jokingly talked about he fell over for the penalty, or the penalty non-call, which he did. But he is, without a doubt, just the guy that England are hanging their hat on to get them out of hole.
Yeah.
when they're in trouble. And they were in trouble today. Did you see Tuchel on the sideline? Midway through the second half, he was screaming at everybody.
Yes.
Particularly Jed Spence, because he knew he was on the block at that point.
But the problem is the fact that Messi, for example, the whole team runs for him. The whole team fights for him, for him to shine. And that's what the English team has to do with Kane. So don't be another star. You have to sacrifice, and some people will have to sacrifice. And I think about Jude Bellingham, for example, for Harry Kane. So do the work hard defensively, offensively, for Kane to shine. And it's how it worked for Argentina, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work like that for England.
I tell you where England are, and you can, as an Englishman, can agree or disagree. They're playing Mexico in the Azteca at altitude, and we have no idea what that England team's going to be.
No, absolutely. Well, I want to talk about that game.
5 or 6 changes.
Yeah, I want to talk about that game in a moment. But first, just a word from you on Harry Kane. In particular, that second goal. It was something else.
I think he had 2 chances today, and he's put 2 away. Clinical, character, personality. He wants to be that guy, and he's continued to do it for the last 10, coming on 15 years now. He is colossal. And I said it a few weeks ago when I came on the show, I don't really know where England would be without him. I worry about England moving forward after he's gone, because he has literally...
Well, he's not gone yet.
No,
he's not going anywhere for the moment. Crikey. Let's go. Let's go to someone who's always happy. Kevin Egan joins us now. And, of course, the game was in Atlanta and he was with the England supporters. And I imagine you saw quite the roller coaster of emotions during that 90 minutes, Kev.
Without a doubt, lads. Welcome to the Irish Exit here in downtown Atlanta. A great buzz. The English fans coming back steps from Mercedes-Benz Stadium, or Atlanta Stadium as it's called during the tournament. And there was nearly a sense of, well, it was always going to happen, Harry Kane. I don't know if the feeling is that you got away with one here a little bit. And the one thing I'll say, Craig Burley, they're obsessed with the Scots here. Everything is always Scotland, get battered everywhere they go. Like, sing about your own football team.
Right. Why have we got you on? Why are you up being so negative towards England as well? What's the point of that? What's the feeling, Kev, amongst them looking ahead to Mexico?
Do you know what the feeling here is? It's interesting listening to you guys, because people here are saying, well, Mexico have to come out of their shell. Mexico have to nearly set the tone, and they'll go after England, and that might actually suit England. I'm intrigued to get the guys' thoughts on that one, because it will be at altitude, it will be hotter, although the temperature is not too bad in Mexico City right now. But they'll go for the game. There's a great buzz, great sense of momentum in Mexico right now, and England, that game will be open for them to play back and forth. But if they go with Madueke like he played today, I'm not so sure they'll penetrate that Mexican defence too much.
we've already started with his excuses. I can see it now, altitude, oh my God, tired. We're already talking about it.
Let's take a look at the bracket, shall we, and confirm what happens next Sunday. We'll see Mexico take on England at the Azteca. Meanwhile, before that, it's Brazil against Norway. Brilliant games on Sunday. Looking ahead to it, Kieran, if I was to ask you for a percentage, what would you give England's chances going into this tie?
I'll give them a more than 50% still.
Well, give us a number.
I'm going to say 60%.
Okay.
Really?
60%?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we've got Harry.
Have you been watching the tournament?
I think because we've got Harry Kane. He's a superstar. You know,
Right.
Argentina have Messi, France have Mbappe.
No, France have Mbappe, they have Elise, they have Barcola, they have
many,
Dewey,
yes.
they have Dembele.
But England, we have Harry Kane, and so while he's on the
Kieran,
pitch,
you saw
we
the
have
game,
a chance.
Mexico.
So how would you chop it up then?
Well, you know what? When I saw Mexico playing against Ecuador yesterday, and that was a hell of an atmosphere. And with the heat and everything, I think England
It's not
is in
hot,
trouble.
it's the altitude, Frank.
The attitude, yes, true. They are in trouble.
Okay.
And I give 50-50 because of the history.
Well, you can't sit on the fence, can you? You've done that enough in the history.
Well, you can't.
Yeah. Oh, okay, if you say so. No, I'm going to go 50-50 because...
No, you have to choose one, Frank. You
I have
can't
to
just...
choose one.
No, but it can be a 50-50 game.
It can't be a 50-50
can.
game. There has to be a winner. They don't both go through to the quarterfinals, do they? You have to pick one.
I think it's 50-50.
Okay,
It could be 50-50 in terms of who you think is going through.
I'm going for Mexico.
Right.
According to what I saw yesterday with against Ecuador and what I saw when we saw today with England, I have to go for Mexico. And Mexico didn't lose a competitive game since
They haven't lost a goal.
1930, something like that.
You know what would be interesting though, Frank? Because I think Mexico are a team that like to come out and attack a little bit more. We face teams that like a defensive low block, and we struggle against those teams. But I'll be interested to see what happens when teams come out, because that.
Oh, like France and Spain, yeah. You'd be loving to see France and Spain come out, and Portugal and all those teams, the way England have played.
He's not letting us off the hook today, is he?
New York Burley is a lovely
ready
friendly one. Who would you go for? Who would you choose?
Scotland.
I was saying to Hert before, I think it's a 50-50. I do. And I've never.
So you're sitting on the fence. You're not going to give your opinion.
I've never played at altitude, so I've no idea what it does to you.
Right.
It makes you. Does it make you tired?
You're tired. You're tired breathing.
Makes you tired. It makes you dizzy. Makes you weak. It's also the smog.
It must be altitude here.
Well, there's a
I'm
smog.
tired here.
There's a smog pollution factor to it.
So is everyone watching?
You said that Argentina has Messi. You said that Brazil has Vini, and France has all the rest. Mexico has the Azteca, and that's the ultimate equalizer.
Yeah, it's insane.
You saw the scenes for Ecuador at the hotel, the players' hotel, till the early morning. The fans were out there with the drums, with the flares, all the CONCACAF tricks. When they get to that stadium, they're going to realize how mythical that stadium is. And you may say 50-50, and I'm surprised the English are already forfeiting this match. I thought they'd have a little bit more backbone here. I thought they would say it's coming home. But to face a CONCACAF nation and already say it's 50-50, that really surprises me.
Craig's not English. He's not saying it's 50-50. Kieran said 60-40. Yeah, don't paint everyone with the same brush.
No, I'm just interested though for somebody who's never played at that sort of altitude, and you mentioned it. What's going to be the main thing for an England player that's never played at that before? How quickly is that going to hit them, or how quickly could that hit them? And as you said,
walking into the hotel room when you get to that flight of stairs. When you go up the elevator, that's when you're going to realize you're at altitude.
When you go on the mountain, you walk a little bit and you're out of
once
breath.
you start training, because they'll be trained, they have 2 to 3 days, Jermaine, to get acclimated, because they're going to go Atlanta to Mexico City. You're going to realize really quick the effects on the body and the ball, the travel, the flight.
So who are the favourites in your eyes, Hurt?
The favourites in my Mexico. This is something that when the World Cup draw came out and we did that, if this goes first place, they go first place, it would be in Azteca. I said it back in December. I'm going to see the English melt here. And the way they're playing in this tournament, on paper, I do think Mexico's favorite. Now, they could lose this game. It's football, 11v11. But right now, they're relying on one player. And we saw them play against Panama and struggle. We saw them play against Ghana and struggle. We saw them play against Congo and struggle. Mexico right now has 0 goals against, and they're playing at home. If this was anywhere else, I'd say it's the English to take.
Jermaine, who do you have, mate?
I'll go with Mexico. Yeah, the same way, because I played over there, and I know after 30 minutes, we were happy to go in, and then we got put on and gas masks to breathe.
Oxygen, yeah.
With oxygen, yeah, because you just really feel it. It's not like you're feeling your stomach gets bloated and everything. So you really
So
have
from
to
a Mexico point of view then, right, bearing in mind what you boys have said and your experience, you want to play this game with as much intensity as possible. Yeah. Not leaving yourself open at the back and going all hair 'em, scare 'em and rushing forward, but you want pace in this game. Because if you get pace, England are going to get tired very, very quickly, and then the game will open up, and that is absolutely going to suit Mexico. And as a Scotsman, that is music to my ears. Come on, Mexico! Brilliant. Bring on the altitude.
Alexis, Viva Mexico for you as well.
Oh, Viva Mexico hasta la muerte. I cannot wait for them.
That's all right.
Vamos,
So
Mexico.
it's not coming home, it's coming to casa? Is that what you're saying?
It's coming a casa. Yeah, I think that's enough smug behavior for now, honestly. 3 lions, stop. It was more like the 3 kittens and Harry Kane.
Wow, that's a tackle from behind. That's a red card.
How did Jamaica do in this World Cup? Okay.
We didn't qualify.
Is Kevin still here? Does he want to give an opinion about Scotland?
Nope, Kevin's gone. Dan,
He's
stop
gone.
trying to take over the show.